Moms.
Let's talk. It's Thursday.
It's
Surprise!
Thursday.
We're here.
Surprise, episode 21 on a Thursday.
Yeah, we're just trying to mix it up. Keep you guessing.
Yes, keep you guessing. Oh, I like that. Like, they're not going to be like too comfortable and expecting the usual.
Actually,
Let's surprise them on
actually, I was
Thursday.
sick. But I'm better. Totally better.
And can we just say it wasn't
COVID.
COVID? It was not COVID.
I do not have COVID.
It was not
You guys
COVID.
didn't see me recently. I was actually tested.
Good.
To make sure so that no one could think that I did and I don't. So,
Because if you did, I would not be here right
cheers to being COVID free.
now. Cheers to being COVID free.
But see,
I will
nonetheless-
drink to that.
I know. Yeah, sure.
Refreshing.
It is.
I always
But
say
it is amazing that other illnesses still exist. I forget.
Yes. But
I
for the
had
past
something
year,
else.
it's officially been, I know we don't like to talk about lockdown and the pandemic and all that, but it's officially been a year since the week of lockdown here in the North Texas area.
Right,
down.
spring break was
Spring break.
canceled.
Spring break was canceled. Everybody was homebound, and it was like, unprecedented, and no one knew what to do with themselves. There was grocery stores were like empty.
That still happens.
It does still happen.
They figure that out.
I don't know. Nothing is a surprise anymore.
Yeah.
Kind of like let's talk on a Thursday. This is not a surprise, but maybe it is. Maybe it's a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
A nice pick me up and like a way to get into your weekend. Let's start the weekend now.
And launch spring break. Some food for thought.
Yes.
As you're about to have some free time. I had spring break like a week ago. Our school did it early.
Oh, okay. That is
It
early.
was fun. We went to Colorado.
Oh, you did?
My daughter's school. They went skiing.
Oh, they did. Oh,
So we got
that's
to go
awesome.
to Colorado. And I got to
Love
cook,
it.
which is my favorite. I like cooking, so it was great.
Well, and you're also very good at it. So we appreciate you utilizing your gifts, the gifts that God blessed you with. Well,
As we all should.
As we all should. But can we just talk about how this past weekend was definitely action-packed? I was very blessed to be in your space back-to-back this weekend because we celebrated a huge milestone. Someone over here celebrated a big birthday. Can we say how
Sure.
big? Celebrated 50 years blessed.
I know.
Cheers!
Cheers
to
to
50
50
years.
years. So that rhymes.
I love that.
It's way too rhyming.
It was a beautiful weekend, Celeste, one that I will never forget because I feel like all the encounters that we had with these, you got to celebrate with people that I know you've served in ministry with in some profound, deeply impactful way over the years. I don't know, the course of your life. I don't know. I feel very blessed. I've only known you about a year or so, a little bit, longer than the pandemic has lasted. But I got to meet some really incredible people who all just love you and love the Lord like you do.
They do.
And I just, so many takeaways from just the people that I encountered and the people that I don't know, no, I don't want to get too deep into it because I'll totally cry. And I don't want to go there, but Celeste is a very special woman and she is surrounded by many people who love her and also, praise her to success. But it's exactly what our dear friend Susanna said. You're here.
That stuck with me too.
It stuck with me to where so somebody had we had a little honoring session for Celeste. Again, with, some of these women that you've served
flowers
with.
And
lots of flowers,
parties
tea,
and stuff this
fascinator
weekend. It was
hats.
fun. I did not have a hat.
I mean, I did.
I'm
I know.
changing subjects, but go on.
It's okay. Well, she said something like, there's something, how God is looking at you and your vocation, your ministry, and how you are here building up his kingdom while also building kingdom builders. Okay, let's let that ruminate. Celeste is here to build up his kingdom while also helping build kingdom builders. Okay, it's kind of like this, like very synonymous with like the apostle to the apostles. Like that kind of like that like parallelism. I feel like I don't know. I don't have the deep, profound. But that's exactly what you are.
And I thought it was such a great way that she coined that. Like that's what motherhood is. And
that is what motherhood is.
That's what ministry is. That's what having a heart for someone besides yourself is. Like you're just building up that person to be able to go forward and do what God has planned for them. And that's,
Amen.
In that way it multiplies. That's more than yourself, which I think is so important and so missed. I think our culture so often can say make sure that you are appreciated, make sure that you are doing the thing that you want to do, that you are being respected, that you are being honored, and that you are being loved. And with all that taking, you're only feeding and sustaining one person, possibly, and barely.
Right.
But when you give, it's like when you throw and kind of scatter the seed, or like you, I don't know, just give lavishly, you get to touch tens, hundreds, millions, who knows? I mean, like, look at the saints that have gone before us. By not taking, that we multiply abundantly. Which I'm going to bring it really quick, kind of circle it around, and then I want to keep talking. But when I was praying for the group, they were praying for us talking today, because it's sort of a last minute thing, was just struck with that Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Like, trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not on your own understanding. And I think that I've thought of that. And I mean, we've all heard it. There's stories about it. We've actually might have talked about it before, but it came in such a new way of, you know, turning 50 is quite a milestone.
50 years
And
plus.
I want to show you this real quick, what my husband made me.
Oh, yes.
He made me all these super cute.
Her husband made me cry, by the way.
So sweet. So he threw me a surprise party, even though he knew that he would have to deal with the fallout, because I don't like surprise parties, and he had to apologize to me about it. But just invited people that I'd been in ministry with, and have like served in one way with homeschools or boys groups, girls groups, formation things, Bible studies, prayer groups, young moms groups, those kind of things. Anyway, it was so awesome. I mean, it was packed, and it was packed. They with like the most amazing people I've ever met. I was so proud. Anyway, so he made all these little things of like
collage,
all these posters of pictures of me, like
when you were like a baby. You and your husband are babies. Oh, baby having a baby.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, look at
There's
you.
me and my husband, like when we first started dating. Oh, you can't see it, the glare.
Gosh, is he putting a corsage on you? Is that what's happening there?
I don't know.
And then with
that's a lollipop. It was Valentine's.
Oh.
It was a Sadie Hawkins dance. I asked him.
Oh, so cute.
And these are all like high school and little kid ones. That's me when I was little. That's like, remember the poofy, gosh, it's really weird. The poofy prom dresses. My kids were loving like the lacy collars. This guy I used to think was like the most amazing person, and he was not.
Oh, it's funny that he made it to your collage though.
Yeah, my husband went through this high school.
He was like, I gotta put this on here.
On my head.
Just to remind you who you actually ended up with.
I know.
Not that guy.
Better. And I was just thinking about like, what did I think my life would be? And when I look at those pictures of me when I was little or in high school, and you have these dreams for your life, and I'm kind of well into that point when you're 50. And to be honest, it's nothing like I thought it would be. It's, I don't know. When I look at the 5-year-old of me or the 15-year-old of me, I just, without getting super into it, and it probably will come up again, I'm the most thing I wanted most desperately was to belong and to be loved. And I appreciate, I love that God leaves those things in our heart that aren't met by our own environment and our own situation, so that we seek Him for that. Or we should seek Him for that. He leaves part of us unaffirmed, unparented, unloved, something, so that we can need Him, and we can be close to Him as God the Father. We could be close to Him as beloved. We could be close to Him as Creator and where we belong. And I just know forever I was looking for belonging. I was looking for loving. I was good through high school. Never got into drinking. Didn't drink till I was 21. Never fooled around. Wasn't happy at all. Like I honestly, it makes me really sad when I look at pictures of myself when I'm younger, because I was so. I was just very empty and very wanting, and I wasn't angry, and I wasn't super sad. Nothing worked, nothing clicked. My life wasn't full, but I did all the right thing. I didn't do any of the wrong things. I'll start with that.
Okay.
So I didn't skip church. I didn't party, or I didn't cheat on things. I was good by default. I didn't do those things. But I don't think it was till late college, when I had done youth ministry all through high school, never ran with the wild crowd, still never found belonging. Went to Mass, went to youth group, still never felt loved. Was involved with the renewal and prayer groups, did ministry, reached out to other people. I even did NET, National Evangelization Team, talking about self-esteem and self-image and how much God loves you, and still never was full. Like, I knew that, like I knew all this stuff, but just, I just had a hole. Like, it just was, nothing was enough. I had a different best friend every year or two because I was convinced that they didn't care about me and I just needed to move on. Just a very victim mentality. And I think it was, I still remember this moment, like in the cliffs, in the trees, like just everything had gone wrong. I think I'd broken up with this particular boyfriend for the 4th or 5th time. And it was just it struck me where I was like, Lord, I don't know how to be a person. I just don't. I can live and breathe, but to be someone in your image and likeness, I don't know how to do that. I don't have the skills to do that. I don't have the understanding. I don't have the resources. Nothing I'm doing is sticking. I'm doing all the right things, and I am incredibly empty, and nothing I was doing was multiplying. Nothing I was doing was fruitful. I was not a good case for why you should be a Christian, because nothing was panning out for me. And at that time, it was such a grace to be. I'm so thankful for that just stark emptiness, because I was able to throw in the towel. I didn't have to try to, do it both ways. I was like, just start over. Tell me what to do. Tell me how to do this. And just felt like taking that step forward, like that trust in the Lord with all your heart. Don't lean on your own understandings. When God says it is better, to give than to receive, it's not like, oh yeah, it's a great, put that in a fortune cookie. No, do it. Just give. Don't ever look to get. And people will tell you, but that's a way to be codependent. That's a way. No. Not if you do it for the Lord. Not if you're rooted in Him. Just give. Don't seek to always win. Don't seek to get. Just give. Kind of started with that. And then, you get married my husband, who I was friends with, I didn't think anything would come of it. And the same thing, God was like, I was crying one time. I did lots of crying early on. I was a very dramatic teenager. And
it was cleansing.
Yeah,
it's okay.
I wrote poetry and I wrote songs on the guitar, and I would sing about my heartbreak.
Like
yeah, it was awesome. So I don't do that anymore. And I just remember, like,
if there's anything wrong with that.
Oh no, nothing's wrong with that.
Right.
And I remember God even saying, like, I didn't seek after my husband. He sort of found me, and God's like, he's right there. What are you waiting for? So again, it wasn't, I had this ideal of what I thought I wanted, and that's not what I got. I had an ideal of what I thought the perfect kids would be. I had an ideal, like when I think of where did I think I would be at 50, it looked very, very different than this. I'd be a teacher using my learning disabilities degree. I wanted to work inner city. I wanted to adopt some kids. I wanted to have 2.5 kids. I wanted to have a 50-50 marriage where my husband did all the dishes. I don't know why. Gave the kids pass. I didn't get that. I didn't get the perfect mini-me children. I didn't get my knight in shining armor. But I got more. I got my forever love, which is Jesus Christ. I got Him as my knight in shining armor who gave His life for me. He hit me. I got the most amazing man to walk side by side with. He's not made for me. He's made to walk with me, and He's the perfect counterpart. Like, our life would be so different if it weren't for His fun and His abundance and His challenging me to not be so dramatic about things sometimes. He made me such a better person. My kids aren't mini-me's, but you know what? Because of that, had to say again, Lord, I don't know what I'm doing. Everything I'm trying is falling flat constantly. Show me how to do this. And He's like, thought you'd never ask. Give, develop, foster, forgive, foster. And I'm helping them be them, not mine. And what I did get instead of mini-me's, which we don't need more of because I already know me, I get to say, I know you first to some of the most amazing people I have ever met in my children. They are phenomenal. And same with my groups. Instead of when I was younger, when I first had gotten married, I wanted to be invited to this, like the the little, like the league, the different play groups of the leagues of this thing or that thing. And I wasn't invited to Bunko, if you remember that. Like just these different things. I'd sit around and be like, I wasn't invited to that. And so you know what I did? I just started, instead of like looking to belong, I just started making places of belongings. I started a prayer group. Then I wanted a group for my boys, so I started a boys group. Then I started a girls group because I wanted that. And the little flowers are still, my 21-year-old still friends with people she did stuff with in elementary school. Then I wanted better, instead of looking for the perfect first communion or confirmation when it came about and to be disgruntled with everything, I just did it. And I got to walk side by side with some amazing teenagers making, like many, and my girls and their friends receiving Jesus and starting their relationship with him. And it was just trust in the Lord. Like, don't lean on your own understanding, because what he wants, I promise you, is better. His ways, for me anyway, with my background, seem really, really backwards. They seem very opposite. But I just want to say, like, it is not a cliche that when you offer love, when you give, when you offer belonging, when you offer forgiveness, when you offer generosity, your cup overflows. Not because you become just this selfless martyr, but because it's thrown out there and God does the rain and the sunshine and the work, and it grows a garden like beyond your imagination. And I have been blessed with that realization this weekend. And my challenge to you is, whether you've already finished spring break or you have it coming up, and we're kind of coming through this really crummy last year, take a chance. Take a chance on God, whether it's in a situation or a relationship with a child or your husband or with an organization you're in or something you're disgruntled with and you want it to be different. Take a chance and do it God's way. And I promise you, he will build a garden from it. And he will give you something better than what you desired. Those are my birthday thoughts from the 50-year-old.
I'm just going to sit with that. So beautifully said. Wow, what a blessing it is to know you and to serve with you.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing your pearls of wisdom.
Always. And thank you for being here, that we can continue doing this.
Thank you for journeying with us. More exciting things to come, I think, for this year.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone. Happy belated birthday, Celeste.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye, God bless.